Well, let's go to our correspondent, Sarah Shalala, who is outside the Australian embassy in Tel Aviv. And Sarah, update us on some of the reactions this move has been getting.
Right, Kalev. So lots of reaction, obviously, in Israel and also by the Jewish community in Australia, who have also been supporting the former Morrison government's decision to recognise West Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. But I just want to give a bit of background. Firstly, the decision was made by the Morrison government in 2018 after the Trump administration made the shift to recognise West Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. He then shifted the US embassy there. Now, Australia, in the wake of that, also made a similar decision. They also recognise West Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. They did not move the embassy there. It's still behind me. It's been there the whole time. Now, Australia's former opposition, the new government, the Labor Party currently in power, at the time said that it was a cynical play by the Morrison government aimed solely at winning votes. There was a by-election at the time to win the seat of Wentworth in New South Wales, and that's a seat that attracts and has a fairly large majority of the Australian Jewish population. Now, what's important to note is that at the time the government denied that they did that, but Labor at the time said that should they come in power, which they eventually did this year, that they would reverse this decision that Morrison government made back then in 2018, which Penny Wong basically did this morning on Tuesday morning, Australia's foreign minister. As for the reactions, though, that's why I'm trying to say that it doesn't really come as much of a surprise. It's probably a disappointment to Israel and the Jewish community in Australia, but it isn't much of a shock or a surprise. Now, Yair Lapid has come out and said that he's deeply disappointed by the decision. The Palestinians have hailed the decision and praised it, but overall it's not really much of a shock or surprise, because it was a given that the Australian Labor Party would make this decision.
All right, Sarah Shalala there outside the Australian embassy in Tel Aviv. Thank you for that.